Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, welcome to this riveting debate on the question, are humans still evolving? Today we have two teams presenting their argument. Team Affirmative, arguing in favour of continued human evolution, and Team Negative, asserting that human evolution has come to a standstill. Let's dive right in with the opening statement.
Thank you, everyone. We believe that humans are still evolving. While it's true we've created a more stable environment and have advanced medical interventions, various factors continue to shape our genetic makeup. Early in human evolution, our ancestors faced numerous selection pressures and had to deal with the survival of the fittest. However, modern challenges such as global warming, disease resistance, and technological advancements are steering human evolution in new directions. Let's explore some compelling evidence.
Absolutely. Take the example of caesarean sections, a medical practice impacting human evolution. Back in 2016, a group of researchers suggested the current prevalence of caesarean sections could be impacting human evolution. It has altered selection pressures, allowing slimmer women with narrow waists to survive childbirth. Another case we can look at is lactose intolerance. The agricultural revolution led to adults in populations with a history of cattle domestication developing the ability to digest lactose, while most other groups globally lose this ability after childhood. Scientists have found that this adaptation, known as lactose intolerance, started around 5,000 to 10,000 years ago when dairy farming emerged.
Wow, what an argument! That's a hard one to debate with. Let's see what the next team has to say.
Thank you, everyone. Contrary to our colleagues, we argue that human evolution has slowed down significantly. Survival of the fittest, a key driver according to Darwin, is less competitive in our modern world. Advances in medicine, vaccines, and global connectivity have altered the traditional forces of natural selection. Even Sir David Attenborough, a massively respected voice, on the Radio Times in 2013, stated, "I think that we've stopped evolving. Good nutrition and human medicine have removed the selection pressure driving human evolution."
That's right. The blending of human population through migration and increased global connectivity limits isolated evolutionary changes. According to Darwin's theory, individual animals best suited their environment live longer and have more children, and so spread their genes through populations. This produces evolutionary changes. For example, hoofed animals with longer necks could reach juiciest leaves on tall trees and therefore tended to eat well, live longer, and have more offspring. Eventually, they evolved into giraffes. Those with shorter necks died out. Similar processes led to the evolution of mankind, but this has now stopped because virtually everybody's genes are making it to the next generation, not only those who are best adapted to their environments.
Let's address the argument on survival of the fittest. While it's true that medical advancements protect more individuals, new selective pressures have emerged. Consider malaria resistance in sub-Saharan Africa. In these regions, various genetic traits have become more common because they also provide some resistance to malaria. The prevalence of genetic traits like the sickle cell allele demonstrates ongoing evolutionary responses to disease.
And don't forget adaptations to environmental factors like high altitudes. People who live at higher altitudes have been giving birth to babies with higher birth weights, which means that they have higher blood oxygen levels. This protects them from hypoxia at high altitudes due to lack of oxygen. For instance, Tibetans have evolved with better oxygenation at birth, enlarged lung volumes, and a higher lung capacity.
Wow, what an interesting argument. Let's see what the opposing team has to say.
Yes, malaria resistance is an interesting case, but it doesn't necessarily imply a continuous overall evolution. What we're witnessing are adaptations within existing genetic variations, not the emergence of entirely new traits.
The idea that caesarean sections impact human evolution is limited because it mainly affects specific traits, not the entire human population's ongoing evolution. In the past, there were significant differences in lifespans and children's survival due to genetic vulnerabilities. However, with improved healthcare, the chances of children reaching age 25 have risen to 98%. The constant mixing of human populations seen in people marrying from different places is reducing genetic distinctions. As people now travel more and attend universities globally, genes are blending, leading to a more uniform skin tone. Despite these changes in appearance, the argument suggests our overall species characteristics remain relatively unchanged.
The rationale behind our conclusion is that once humans developed a sophisticated enough culture, around 40,000 years ago, cultural evolution superseded biological evolution. Modern medicine is a prime example of this. Advocates of human evolution have stopped believing that we no longer adapt to infectious diseases through natural selection. Rather, we adapt culturally through the development of vaccines and antibiotics. Under this view, the common systemic diseases that we suffer from, such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, etc., arise from our biological adaptations to a pre-agricultural environment that has persisted into the present because human evolution has stopped. Thank you for your insightful arguments. Both sides have presented compelling points touching on genetics, medicine, environment, and cultural influences. Modern medicine and nutrition have removed the selection pressure that drove evolution. The research and evidence on this topic will continue changing as we explore the ever-evolving nature of humanity. Thank you, and let's keep the conversation going.